hopefully you guys were able to use your trig knowledge to work out that the equation for the electric field strength on the other side of our vertical polarizer is given by this equation here. Now, you'll notice that some of the light did get through. So what is happening is that the vertical polarizer takes what components of the electromagnetic field are in the vertical, and then on the other side, it is now vertically polarized. If you had done this with a horizontal polarizer, you would have found that you would only get the horizontal components of the original electromagnetic wave through to the other side. So this effect of polarizing radiation doesn't just work on previously polarized light, it also works on unpolarized radiation. Now we can have an unpolarized light and pass it through a polarizer, and what results is polarized light, because what wasn't in the transmission axis has been absorbed. Now we can look at working out what light is polarized or not by using some polarized sunglasses. So if you're inside, have a look at the ceiling lights, and as you rotate your glasses around, you will see that there is no particular direction in which the light is diminished more than others. Now this is because the light from the ceiling lights are unpolarized. If you were to do the same thing outside, looking up at the sky, preferably at right angles to the sun, and please don't look at the sun, it is really dangerous, you would see that the light is polarized. So as you rotate your sunglasses around, you will see that one direction cuts out more light than others. But wait, before I said that light from the sun is unpolarized. Well, it is. So what's happening is that the unpolarized light from the sun is being polarized in our atmosphere. Okay, so what's happening is that from the sun we're getting our unpolarized light here, and as it reaches into our atmosphere, it interacts with the air molecules. So only those in the Z-plane can re-radiate down into the direction towards us down here. This is why what we see in the sky is polarized light, despite the fact that the sun shows unpolarized light. Now you can't see this at all the time, because you do need to be looking at right angles from the sun. The best time to do it is usually very early morning or late in the evening. So that's pretty cool, right? But something I think is even cooler is to know why the sky is actually blue. So the sun radiates a mixture of different frequencies of electromagnetic radiation. The spectrum runs from red to blue, and we see it in an almost white but kinda yellow color. So why is the sky blue and not yellow? So it turns out that the electrons in the atoms of the air molecules are shaken by the oscillating electric fields. Now the atoms re-radiate the electric field proportional to the acceleration of the electrons, and the power of the re-radiated electric field is the square of the acceleration. Okay, so here we have our little atmospheric electron, and this is the equation for the acceleration by an electromagnetic field. This here looks at the oscillation. So for different frequency electromagnetic waves, the acceleration is different, and therefore the power of the re-radiated electric field is different. Now, the re-radiation of the higher frequency blue wavelengths will be greater than the re-radiation of the lower frequency red wavelengths. Now, the ratio of blue to red the ratio of blue to red wavelengths from the sun is about 2 to 1. So the intensity of the re-radiated light is the acceleration squared, meaning that a 2 to 1 becomes a 16 to 1 ratio of blue to red. Thus, what we see is blue and not red. So this is actually the same effect that you see at the Blue Mountains in New South Wales. Light is scattered into the column of air between you and the mountains and into your eyes, giving them a blue tinge. It's fairly low intensity blue tinge, so when I was there last I was very disappointed that I did not see exactly blue mountains. And it does work best when the mountains are darker, so if you go later in the evening it works a lot better.